What's going on, everybody? The Real Sharif M here, and my time with the WinterBlade Factor has come to an end. And if I'm honest, that's a little bittersweet for me. So what's going on, everybody? The Real Sharif M here, aka Mangana Steel, your favorite knife designer. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button right there and like the video and hop into the conversation. Let me know what you think about this, because this has been a eye-opening slash challenging slash really fascinating knife for me to get. So, why is it bittersweet for me? Well, the TLDR of it really is this damn little knife has wormed its way into my heart. And, you know, a little disclaimer, admittedly, I have always had a love affair with magnets. I always have. I've always appreciated magnetism. I actually really got into drones because magnetic levitation at room temperature hasn't been achieved, you know, and that was the only way to kind of get flying cars. But what I always wanted was maglev. I've always really been interested in, you know, superconductive magnetic levitation, and, you know, magnets are just this magical thing that create force fields that we don't see. And even one of my most significant and impactful designs that I ever did actually uses magnets, and it's not a knife. Believe it or not, it's a children's toy. And I'm still looking for a way to bring that thing to the market in mass production. But I digress. It's fascinating to me because magnets have come back into my life in the form of this Factor. And this is, if you guys know me, and a lot of you do, this is not a knife that I should like. It really isn't, you know, like, let's look at it versus my Kaimano, for example, okay? I got big hands, so I tend to go for bigger knives. And this thing is, what, easily a full inch smaller, right? I tend to go for thicker knives. And look how thin that guy is even against the Kaimano, right? Pretty dang thin. And if you know me, like I said, which a lot of you do, know, I go for pokey stabby blade types. Not sheep's footy slash, you know, reverse tanto-y blades. So, how did this thing kind of win me over? And the answer is, I don't know, man. Like, really, here's the thing. If we really break it down, I do think that this is an excellent EDC option, right? You have a non-threatening blade shape, right? It's not pokey stabby. You have something that is quite thin. I mean, if we compare it versus a bug out, okay? The bug out is really only about 1 millimeter thinner. That's not going to show on camera, you know, but it is. I can pull out the calipers if you guys want.
A few moments later.
Dang it, I knew there would be one of you out there who was like, Sharif, pull out the calipers. Okay, I did, okay? So if we look at this thing, right, through the middle, it's about 9.9 millimeters, 9.5. Let's call it 9.5 so we don't cheat it. And we're not getting any of the pivot in there. No, let's call it 10. That's it. It's 10 millimeters, okay? The Factor, taken at its thickest point, let's see, Wow. Actually, it's even closer. It's 10.35 millimeters. That's even closer than I thought, which is nuts, right? And the blade stock thickness for the Factor is 3.12 millimeters, whereas on the bug out, I know it's 2.3. So you get a little bit of a thicker blade stock on the Factor, which I personally don't mind, but you also have a higher grind than the bug out. So it is a very, very slicey blade relative to its size and dimensions. So again, this is not it's not a knife I should like, but the fact that it's a very EDCable knife makes it, something that I find compelling, man. In a strange way, it's got a reversible pocket clip. The pocket clip is surprisingly deep carry. That actually took me by surprise. I mean, look at that thing. That thing practically disappears. And has nice clean retention, very easy to draw out of the pocket. Oh, but those acoustics, man, listen to this. Yeah. 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 I don't know, man. It's just all of those things kind of coming together. You got magnets, you got a very slim pocketable carry, nice deep carry. I mean, deep carry clips don't really bother me. I'm not really generally worried about offending anybody, pardon me, by carrying a knife or threatening them. Generally, I just don't care. But yeah, man, and I shouldn't like this knife. I shouldn't, but I do. The damn thing got under my skin. It got really under my skin, and I dig it. I dig it. And not to beat a dead horse with you guys, really, but in a world of just endless sameness, it's nice to see something different. And this may not be for you. This may not be for you, right? But God, man, I am happy foregoing I don't know how many $70, $80 knives, right? There's the new Knife Center exclusive Elko button lock from CJRB. Even just the CJRB Elko and the Pyrite and all of that stuff. Everybody's talking about, oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Guess what, man? Nobody's going to be talking about those in a month from now, and you're going to be out 50, 60, 80 bucks for each of them, and it's not a knock to anybody who likes those knives. It's not. By all means, buy what you can afford. A knife is a knife is a knife, right? But if you are in the world of collecting, and if you are in the game of trying to get cool knives,
let me see what you have. No!
I would gladly forego all of that stuff, really, so I could pick up something like this. Now, Winter, if you are watching this, right, bro, I want to collaborate with you. I am very curious about the kind of sweet little baby that we could produce, my dude. Really. I mean, I tend to mix a little bit of traditional styles with pokey stabby kind of stuff, but I focus a lot on flow and functional design, So something you can hard use, something you can really rely on day to day. And I believe the model you did was the Mirage, that is kind of your first like pokey stabby, style blade shape. Like, I can't remember if it was a true drop point or if it was a straight back. Regardless, dude, I would love to see what we could do together. And bro, the door is open to you if you are interested in doing a collaboration, because I couldn't imagine the kind of sexy stuff that we could bring together at least once. I think that would be incredibly cool. But regardless, if you never respond, or don't really don't care for that kind of situation, I'm still gonna be getting one of these, bro. Like, this is kudos. This is props. Like, that's how much I dig on this thing and how much I am impressed by that. By your efforts and your accomplishments. And I've been watching you for a few years under different YouTube account, or not YouTube, but Instagram accounts. And I've been very impressed with your constant state of innovation and constant state of progressing your concepts forward. And that's why I can heartily recommend your product, truly. And if you guys have been following thus far, those of you who are looking for my opinion on this guy, that is my opinion. I heartily recommend this knife. And it is definitely something that will change your outlook on things, and it will be a unique, truly unique addition to your collections. So don't miss this guy. Don't miss this guy. Now, just to be sure, he gave me a one sheet with this guy for not me, but for the pass around. Pre-orders for the new one. Right, here's the one sheet. Will be on May 24th, exclusively at WinterBladeCo.com. I never shill for anybody, but this I will promote. And dude, Brian, that's right, that's his name, Brian Winters. Golf clap, my dude. Golf clap. Well done, man. Well done, bring something new and unique to the market.